Option Stalker is going to help you find great trading opportunities. It has so many features that there's no way that I can possibly cover them all in a very short video. But there's good news. I have lots of videos to show you how to get the most out of this incredible trading resource. Here are some of the features. I'm going to go through each one individually. The first one you'll see is weekly swing trades. You can go onto my YouTube page, just use one option in your query, and you'll come to my page, watch my weekly videos. I post these every Wednesday night, and the beauty of it is, as an Option Stalker member, you get them real time in the platform, and I post them a week later in YouTube. I start each one of my videos with a recap of the prior week's picks. Not some of them, all of them. There's no cherry picking. I want you to see week in and week out that this systematic trading approach produces money week in and week out, no matter what the market conditions are. So even if you don't sign up for Option Stalker, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Sometimes I even post the videos real time, but rarely. Click through all of them, and I think you'll be really impressed with what we do. Members of Option Stalker have a pop-up that comes up. Now you'll see that there's a list of dates here. If you click on the date, most of the time you're going to see my pre-open market comments. I will tell you what's going to happen throughout the course of the day, and I'll try and tell you what I think is going to happen over the course of the next week or two. Very, very extensive market comments that include a lot of information, everything that's impacting the market. But on Wednesday nights, you're going to get a pop-up similar to this, and it's going to have a link that is right in the middle of the page. And you'll be able to click that and view the video. Now that weekly swing trade video, that alone is worth the quarterly subscription price. I use Option Stalker, and I show you how to conduct searches and what to look for, and I always highlight 3, 4, 5 picks, and I give exact entry and exit instructions for each one of those picks. So you'll know the game plan from the very start, where you should take profits, where you should exit, and I always give you a market overview with stops based on the overall market, because everything starts with the market. Market first, market first, market first. That's where most traders go wrong, is they lose sight of what's going on with the overall market. We always want to have that tailwind. When it comes to custom searches, oh my God. The custom search engine is so easy to use. You pop it up, it's binary. So all of the indicators have been formulated so that they're binary. Are you bullish? Click green. Are you bearish? Click red. And that'll determine what comes up in the searches. Option liquidity is one of the inputs that you can search for. We like to trade options. I rate every stock option according to liquidity. So that's something that I use often. Just scan through all of these earnings. My God, the earnings searches that we can do. Show me a stock that announced earnings yesterday after the close or today before the open, and that's greater than the prior day's high. I mean, that's just a fantastic search to run early in the day, because you can see which stocks have reacted well to earnings. We have proprietary trade signals. You can see which stocks are on those trade signals. If you're a swing trader, look for daily trade signals. You can also see if there's a new trade signal to try and get into the trade early on a daily basis, hourly basis, 5-minute basis. I should mention that even if you're using the end-of-day version of Option Stalker, you still are able to conduct these searches and get real-time search results. The only difference is that you won't be able to pull up intraday charts. If you have a real-time interface with Tradier or Interactive Brokers, then you can view real-time intraday charts. I'll tell you more about that later. But you can look for stocks that are strong relative to the S&P 500. We trade relative strength and relative weakness. That is our edge. Compressions, in and out, very powerful. We want stocks that are compressing because that means a breakout is about to come. Look for engulfing patterns, capitulations, heavy volume. If I want to find a stock that on a 5-minute basis has a volume spike, I can find that right now by clicking that 5-minute bar. There's so much data that I've collected that's on my servers. Volume is simply one piece. I have dissected every 5-minute increment for every stock over a 20-day period, so at any time during the day, I know what the average volume is for that 5-minute period, and if there's a spike, I can search for it. I can search for a spike on a 15-minute basis. I can search for a volume spike on a daily basis, which tells me which stocks have a lot of volume going on right now relative to their normal average 20-day volume. So many different analytics. Earnings. There's a sampling of earnings. Pre-earnings search. Click that box and I put in the expected earnings date. Let's say that I'm looking for a stock 2 weeks out that will announce earnings in 2 weeks that has a 75% probability or higher of rallying into that earnings number. I can find those stocks because then all I do is I click pre-earnings bull and it shows me exactly those stocks. So if I'm a credit spreader and I want to sell an out of the money bullish put spread on a stock that's likely to rally in the next 2 weeks into earnings, I can find that very easily. All of these searches and all of these tools are on my website under the Stalker training section. You'll also learn about all of these in the weekly videos that I post. Those weekly videos are gold. This proprietary search engine is absolutely incredible for day trades or swing trades. Proprietary searches. Now, I don't just rely on you to do your own custom searches. I have some of my favorites that I've included in the platform. Pop Bull is one of them. If you're a swing trader, this might be the only search that you need. It is so powerful. Now, these searches are great for swing trades. I looked at the list the other day, and Apple came up. This is a 5-minute chart. Boom, boom. I see Apple going higher. Place an alert here, pulls back a little bit, and then it goes. Got long here, posted it in the chat room. That was about a $6 move. I wasn't around for the whole ride, but I was around for most of it. Pop Bull is fantastic for bullish swing trades. We're looking for big breakouts through horizontal resistance on volume. There's a lot more that goes into it than that, but trust me, these stocks are the ones you want to be in. 10 RSW Bull 30. What the heck does all that stand for? One option, relative strength, weakness, Bull 30. Let's say that the market opens 10 S&P points lower. This is going to be one of the first searches that I run because what it's looking for are stocks that are strong relative to the S&P 500. If I'm expecting a market bounce, these are the stocks that are going to lead the way. And all I need to do is to look at these, click on them, bring up a daily chart, go, yep, these all look fantastic. Place my alerts, and I'll show you how to place alerts on the charts. All of a sudden, the market starts to bounce a little bit, and you're going to start getting pop-up alerts and remembering, oh yeah, I want to be in this stock, and this stock, and this stock. Very easy to use. It has to be. You can also do relative strength searches on a daily basis if you're a swing trader using the custom search engine. Bullish explosion. You may only get one of these a month. If you get a few of them a year, that is all you need. I'd mentioned to you earlier how I dissect every day in 5-minute increments, and I know if there's been a volume spike on a stock in the last 5 minutes. And I have this particular search set up because it's so dang good that there's a pop-up that comes up in the middle of the Option Stalker platform, and you can't miss it. It's green in color if it's bullish, and it's red in color if it's bearish. This is my gen. We didn't catch the stock up here. We caught it right down in here. We got the pop-up on Option Stalker. I looked at it. It had just broken through the 20-day high. It had broken through the 200-day moving average. That's all I needed to see. I'm in. This is a $4 winner in a matter of minutes on a $35 stock. When all of us saw it in the chat room, we pounced on it. Fantastic winner. Big news. We just have to make sure that these stocks are making a breakout through a 20-day resistance level. And if it's through a major moving average, even better. We caught Qualcomm a few months ago. That was a huge trader, and a lot of members traded options. This one feature will pay for Option Stalker for the year if you're a day trader. If you're a swing trader, you're probably not going to be around seeing these pop-up alerts intraday. But if you're a day trader, man, is this a nice feature. So you've got the proprietary searches, trading signals. We have trading signals on every time frame. So you can see here, this is Apple. I just went back to that chart. There's a buy signal. Nice move. Got a sell signal right here. Good little follow through. Later in the day, the stock starts to compress. So these are fairly meaningless trade signals. But if you like compressions, you drop an alert line here. You drop an alert line here. If you get a breakout or a breakdown, you know about it. You'll also see this orange line here. This is another one of the proprietary indicators that's included in Option Stalker. It is called 10SI, One Option Strength Index. It measures strength relative to the S&P 500. I mentioned it earlier. We want stocks that are strong relative to the market if we're bullish, or weak relative to the market if we're bearish. If this orange line is above zero, it's strong relative to the market. If it's below zero, it's weak relative to the market. You can even use these two in tandem with each other. You get a buy signal and a orange line above zero, that means be in the trade. Zoom. You get a sell signal and a drop below the zero line, relatively weak, and on a sell signal, okay. So you can use them in conjunction with each other. In fact, that's what the custom search does, is it combines all these criteria. So you can search for stocks that have relative strength and are on a buy signal, or any other combination. There's so many combinations, it's almost limitless. Option indicators. One option indicators, excuse me. So I talked to you about 10SI, that's a relative strength index, and I've kind of covered that, so I'm going to jump over to another one. It's called the squeeze indicator. So this is GLD, gold. You can see it's in a nice tight compression, and I could find it by searching for in compression with liquid options, for instance. So if I bring up this chart and I were searching for a compression on a 5-minute basis, I would find this. What I would do as a trader is I would put an alert line above, put an alert line below. When it breaks out, I'll know about it. Oh, hey, that was a nice breakout. Might want to take a position here and use this lower end of the compression as my stop. Zoom. Same thing right up in this compression right here as well. Very powerful tool to search for the 10 squeeze. You can just put the indicator up on the chart. Yellow dots means that it's in a compression. Option analytics. As you might expect, with a name like One Option, we have a ton of option analytics. Above the chart, you'll see a number of tabs that you can click on. This is pre-earnings options. What an incredibly valuable tool during earnings season. When I told you before that I collect an incredible amount of statistics, this is another example. All of these companies are going to announce earnings after the close today or before the open tomorrow. And I know what these earnings release dates are. We watch them very closely. So in this particular instance, I can find out stocks that are reporting after the close or before the open. This is my last opportunity to trade them. What is the expected percentage move? What is the average percentage move? What is the number of times that the stock has exceeded that expected move? Well, in this case, you can see Macy's is at the top of the list. And the reason for that is because it has very liquid options. So all of these are sorted by option liquidity. 40% of the time, the stock exceeds the expected move. That's pretty high. And this is over the course of the last 12 quarters historically. So that's a pretty good number. And in fact, Macy's came out today and they had a 13% move on the underlying stock. So anybody that bought a straddle did very well on this position. But it also has open interest on puts, open interest on calls, put call ratio, option implied volatility, the option liquidity rating. I didn't show you all those fields because I didn't want to take up the entire screen. Max pain indicator. You can put in the strike price, calls, puts, the expiration month. What this does is it shows you where the stock is likely to go. This model assumes that the most options are going to expire worthless at this $134 price, and it will be a magnet. Usually this magnet doesn't work great if the stock is materially away from it, but if it were, say, a few dollars higher or lower, it will be a magnet. It's good information. Would you like to know what the open interest is and how the open interest has changed? You can monitor the flow of calls and puts. Simply put in the expiration date, calls, puts, and you'll be able to see all of the different strike prices. Again, very useful information. Option pricing. Now this is updated at the end of the day, so it's ideal for swing traders. Find the strikes that you want to trade, click on the bid or ask, and you will see all of the Greeks: delta, gamma, theta, vega. The orange line is the option implied volatility. So for GLD, you can see the options are fairly expensive and they're moving higher. Well, GLD has been moving higher, and that's why. You can also see the historical volatility of the underlying stock in the blue line. So you can compare if this volume spike is because of an underlying spike in the stock, or perhaps there's some news on it, or perhaps there's some earnings coming up. Again, very useful information, and then you can gauge where the bid ask is and what the Greeks are. This is an option statistics page. Put in the expiration month and you'll get all the information on put call ratios, implied volatilities, changes in implied volatilities. You'll also see the option liquidity rating. I rate every stock option, and this is a very, very important tool because you use it in your search criteria if you're an option trader, and you can very quickly filter out all the stocks that you would not want to trade options on. Advanced charting. Option Stalker has everything you could possibly want in charting software. Now, there are also pop-up charts, so you can spawn as many charts as you'd like to. You can customize them. You can save the templates. You can put up all your technical studies that you'd like here. There are overlays like the S&P 500. You can see multiple time frames, intraday, 5-minute, 15-minute, 30-minute, 1 hour. Now you do have to have the real-time interface, Interactive Brokers, or with Tradier in order to be able to view intraday real-time data. If you have that, fantastic. You're also able to trade through the platform, which I'll tell you a little bit about. I've got well over 100 studies, probably 130, maybe 150 studies. I don't even know. You've got all the Fibonacci lines, Elliott lines, extensions. It's got all the charting features you could possibly want. And it's very easy to look at. I wanted to use a light colored background with dark red and dark green. It's very easy to look at if you look at charts all day. Order entry. Again, you need to have an interface, so I'm going to tell you a little bit about Tradier Brokerage. Tradier Brokerage has an unbelievable deal. You will not find this rate on their webpage, so you must mention when you open an account that you are a one option customer. I negotiated this rate. It is $60 per month, flat fee commissions. That's all you'll pay to trade with them per month. Unlimited stock and option trades. Real-time data, intraday charts. You'll be able to view live option chains, trade from the charts, portfolio manager. All of this comes to life when you have an API with Tradier Brokerage or Interactive Brokers. Now, first of all, I love Interactive Brokers. They're a deep discount brokerage firm, so no issue with them. In fact, I like them so much, that's why I wrote into their API. So if you have an Interactive Brokers account, fantastic. But Interactive Brokers does not charge this. So I am looking to pass all these savings on to my customers. I want you to have the best rates available. I don't make a penny on commissions. I don't want to make a penny on commissions. I don't get any referral fees, nada. I want you to have the best deal. Cost me a lot of money to write into these two brokerage firms, so I needed to pick the ones with the best commission rates. I believe I've done so. So if you've ever started to trade, let's say you want to put a 10 lot commission or a 10 lot position on, and you decide, oh man, the minimum ticket charge, blah, 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 I'll just do all 10 contracts right now. And then you watch the option price come in, get cheaper and cheaper, and you think, gosh, I wish I would have done 5. I wish I would have done 2. And then I could have bought more here, and then I could have bought more. If you're only paying $60 a month, you can do that. You can do what professional traders do, which is to scale into positions and scale out of positions and never worry about your minimum commission costs again. It's a really, really good deal. Tradier Brokerage. When you open an account with them, mention that you're with One Option, and it's really easy to interface Option Stalker with Tradier. So when you do that, you're able to see the order entry screen. And so you can trade stock, options, spreads, combos, E-minis through the platform. The Tradier doesn't offer E-minis. Interactive Broker does, so you can trade E-minis through the order entry interface. But if you clicked option and put in SPY and click option, you're going to get all the option chains. You just scroll down to the strike price that you'd like. In the middle, you'll be able to highlight 5 strike prices, click it, and all of the puts and calls will populate. If you want more, go to the next one, and next one, next one. Just click it, and they'll all populate, and you'll see real-time quotes coming in, real-time data. You can default everything so that if you normally like limit orders, you normally like day orders, you normally like to trade 10 contracts, you hit apply, and when you come in, it can be as easy as clicking the option chain. If you're buying, click on the ask, and it will assume that you're buying to open. Click on a bid, and it will assume that you're selling to open. Very, very easy. And then click submit. Done. Couple of clicks. That trade is gone. You'll see it appear down below here. You'll see the status. If you want to cancel it, you're able to do that down here as well. So very, very easy order entry. Now, if you trade stock, this is mainly for day traders because trading stock, you do have intraday orders. They're not GTC orders, and I don't suggest that you use a GTC order, by the way, to buy stock. So here's how it would work if you're a day trader. You go in and you put in your dollar allocation that you'd like to use per stock trade, and then if you wanted to buy this stock, let's say you wanted to buy it on a breakout right here, that would be a buy stop because you're placing a limit order above the current price. But that way you don't have to watch it. You would click buy, drop the line right here, and it'll be live, and you'll see it on your order entry page. You can cancel right here, or you can cancel it on your order entry page if you'd like. And that order entry page is a separate pop-up, so you can have that pop-up positioned anywhere on your computer that you'd like. But it will know also if you have a position in a stock, and let's say you clicked sell, and you clicked sell right up here because you want to try and sell at that resistance level, it would say, oh, wait a minute, you've got a position in this, so I'm going to enter the number of shares that you have in your account. Very easy. It also knows if you're selling short on a stop. It knows if you're selling short. So I've tried to make this as easy as possible. Click buy or click sell, drop the line, boom, you're done. Cancel the order. Now these two features are really important. I use them all the time. Alert is for day alerts, meaning if the price condition is not met today, I won't get the alert. GTC is what I use most often, especially when I'm flipping charts at the end of the day, because that price condition can be met at any time. If I've logged off the computer and I log on a day later, I'll get a pop-up that says, hey, you were looking at me and you're waiting for this price to be met. It's there. So let's say that I like this stock. Instead of placing a buy stop order to buy it above this 100-day moving average, much smarter to click GTC, put your GTC buy alert right here. When you log into the computer, or if you stayed logged into the computer, you're going to get a pop-up that says, hey, GLD, remember me? Time to buy. I'm assuming that this is GLD. I'm not really sure what the chart is at this moment, but the alert feature, very important, especially as we conduct these custom searches. We want to go through. I may see something that's not quite set up yet, but man, if it ever gets through this price level, I know it's a buy. Well, click GTC and set those alerts. It's a beautiful thing because you turn your computer on and bam, 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 you're getting pop-up alerts on stocks that should be of interest to you right now. You don't have to do any more legwork than that. Position management. Once you enter a trade, you'll see the symbol, you'll see the P&L. There's actually a little bit of a stock rating indicator here on a 10-minute, 20-minute, 30-minute basis that you can use also just to see if the stock is moving higher or lower. You can trade from this screen as well, and you can sell a long position. You can buy a short position right here. You'll see a little button to do that. You can exit all positions. I don't really recommend using that button unless there's something catastrophic that's happening in the market, but you could. That's a safety bailout. And then down here, you'll also see all of your open orders, and you can modify them or cancel them here. And then all of your account balance information here as well. So it is a robust trading platform. I haven't even talked about the fundamental information that's included in the platform. If you click on Stock ER, and I don't even have this in the video, E-reaction, how many times have you ever traded earnings and you're wondering, well, what does this stock typically do after announcing earnings? It's making a big move today. I'd like to know if that stock typically continues on a gap higher or if it reverses. E-reaction will allow you to do that. You'll be able to see what the stock has done the last 4 quarters on a 5-minute chart. Really nice resource, especially for day traders. Stock ER, if you click that, you're going to know who the company is, what their earnings and revenues are, and then you'll be able to take a look at our proprietary technical rating. So very bad on a technical basis, pretty good on a fundamental basis. And there's your option liquidity rating, and you can see where the technical strength is coming from and where the fundamental strength is coming from. So lots of fundamental research in the platform as well, in addition to my daily market comments. So I'm always posting those daily market comments. And plus, the weekly video alone is worth the price of admission. You're going to find so many great trades in that weekly video. I'm going to tell you how you can get Option Stalker, but I better minimize this so that I can fit it into this PowerPoint presentation. And if you go to www.oneoption.com, you'll be able to sign up for Option Stalker. It's $399 per quarter. If you want to use it on an end-of-day basis, please feel free to. It's an unbelievable resource on an end-of-day basis, and you'll have your swing trades every week. If you're a day trader, you'll want to get an interface with Interactive Brokers or with Tradier. Even open just a small account just to get the live data feed in, because you're going to be able to use the real-time searches during the day, look at intraday charts, and make fantastic decisions. Option chat room, almost all of us have Option Stalker. We use Stalker to find the trades that we want to do, and we post them for each other's benefit in the chat room. So we feed off of each other and get great trade ideas. Now, if this intrigues you, try both for 1 week. It's going to cost you a whopping $1. You don't have to sign up for anything. If it's not right for you, that's fine. Now, Stalker training is a resource that you should spend a little bit of time on. First, go through Option Stalker. You'll be able to see the videos There are many videos, and you can just look at the weekly videos, weekly swing trading videos. Look at these. And then you can learn more about earnings searches, the custom search engine, Option Stalker features. It's all included in this Stalker training page. Then, if you're still interested, try both of them for $1 for the week. You'll be off and running because you'll have spent a little bit of time in this Stalker training area. You'll know exactly how the platform works. By the way, it is Windows based. It will work on a Mac if you have a Windows emulation program. There are many of them. Some of them are even free. From my Mac users, I've heard that it works fine. So you can sign up for Option Stalker by going to www.oneoption.com. Please watch these videos in Stalker training because I'm always adding to my archives. And when I post those Wednesday night videos, you can view them on YouTube. You're going to see how I used all of these search features to pinpoint fantastic trades. I'd love to tell you that I developed Option Stalker for you. I didn't. I developed it for me. It has all the features I need as a professional trader, and I'm sharing it with you. I look forward to having you on board. Thank you.